Arsenal transfer windows. The deals that happened, the ones that escaped, and the dreams still alive. For Arsenal Football Club, the transfer market has become more than a business period. It is now a theatre of ambition, a battlefield of strategy, and a reflection of the club's identity under Mikel Arteta. Each window brings hope, tension, negotiations, disappointments, and sometimes moments that define an entire era. In recent seasons, Arsenal have transformed from a club rebuilding after years of instability into a team chasing major trophies. But that transformation did not happen only on the pitch. It was shaped in negotiation rooms, through phone calls, scouting reports, and bold decisions in the transfer market. This is the full story of Arsenal's latest transfer activities, the signings that arrived, the deals that collapsed, and the rumours that kept fans dreaming. The January 2026 window. Quiet moves, strategic decisions. The January 2026 transfer window was not one of blockbuster arrivals for Arsenal. Instead, it reflected a club confident in its squad depth and focused on long-term planning. Confirmed arrivals. Arsenal completed only a limited number of deals. Evan Mooney, signed from St Mirren, undisclosed fee, Sports Mole. This move was seen as a future-focused signing rather than an immediate first-team reinforcement. Arsenal's recruitment strategy in recent years has leaned heavily toward young talents with high ceilings, and Mooney fits that profile. Confirmed departures, several players left either permanently or on loan. Oleksandr Zinchenko, sold to Ajax for about £1.3 million, Sports Mole Ethan Nwaneri. Loaned to Marseille Sports Mole Maldini Kakuri. Sold to Grimsby Town Sports Mole Louis Copley. Loaned to Crawley Town Sports Mole overall. Arsenal ended the window with a negative net spend, showing their cautious approach. Sports Mole. The club clearly believed that the current squad was strong enough to compete for titles without major mid-season disruption. The missed opportunities, deals that never happened. Every transfer window brings not only signings, but also stories of players who almost wore the Arsenal shirt. Anthony Gordon. The Newcastle winger was identified as a potential signing to add competition on the left flank. Arsenal admired his pace, work rate and directness, but Newcastle had no intention of selling, and the move never developed into formal negotiations. Football transfers. Jeremy Jacquet Arsenal also targeted the French U21 defender as a long-term replacement option in the back line. However, negotiations failed, and the deal collapsed, leaving Arsenal to look elsewhere. Football transfers Will Wright. In a dramatic twist, Arsenal initially hijacked Liverpool's move for the young forward, but Liverpool struck back and completed the deal themselves, leaving Arsenal empty-handed in the end. Football transfers. These failures show that even the most carefully planned transfer strategies can be disrupted by rival clubs or stubborn negotiating partners. Deadline day frustration. The Tonali story. One of the most dramatic moments of the 2026 window came on deadline day. Arsenal attempted a late move for midfielder Sandro Tonali as they searched for reinforcements after injuries. However, the deal failed, leaving the club without the midfielder they had hoped to secure. Thason.co.uk. This was a painful reminder that timing, availability and negotiations must all align perfectly in the transfer market. The rumour mill. Names linked with Arsenal. Even in a quiet window, Arsenal were linked with numerous players. Among the names mentioned in transfer speculation, Bradley Barcola, Tino Livramento, Ayub Buadi, Romeo Ritter, Nathaniel Brown, Sports Mole. Some of these were long-term targets, while others were opportunistic links created by agents or media speculation. Arsenal were also linked with striker Julian Alvarez, though other clubs appeared to be ahead in negotiations. Barça Blaugranes, the Arteta philosophy. Why Arsenal didn't panic buy. Unlike previous eras, Arsenal's recent transfer windows have been defined by discipline. In the past, the club sometimes made emergency signings to fix short-term problems. But under Arteta and the new recruitment structure, the philosophy is different. No signings unless they fit the long-term plan. Focus on young, versatile players. Maintain squad harmony. Avoid overpriced panic deals. This explains why Arsenal were quiet in January 2026, even when injuries hit the squad. The bigger picture: a new Arsenal identity in the market. Arsenal's transfer approach has evolved significantly in recent years. Key characteristics of modern Arsenal transfers: youth-focused recruitment, technical and tactical intelligence, strong character and mentality, resale value and long-term planning. This strategy has already transformed the squad into one of the youngest and most exciting teams in Europe. The transfers that defined the Arteta era. To understand Arsenal's present, we must look at the major signings that shaped the team in recent seasons. Game-changing arrivals: Martin Ødegaard, Declan Rice, Gabriel Jesus, Alexander Zinchenko, William Saliba, return from loan era, Leandro Trossard. These players brought leadership, tactical intelligence, winning mentality, technical quality. They became the backbone of the modern Arsenal project. The deals that hurt the most: not every transfer story ends happily. Some players slipped away just when Arsenal needed them. Mykhailo Mudryk joined Chelsea after late bidding war. Other young talents targeted by rivals' January targets blocked by selling clubs. Each of these moments reminded Arsenal that the transfer market is ruthless and unpredictable. Academy loans, building the future. Another key feature of recent windows has been the loan strategy. Young players like Ethan Nwaneri were sent on loan to gain experience at senior level. Sports Mole. This reflects a club that now believes development is as important as recruitment, experience matters more than hype, young players must earn their place. The summer ahead: what Arsenal still need. Looking ahead, Arsenal are expected to target possible priority positions: a top-class striker, a versatile winger, midfield depth, defensive competition. With the club competing for major trophies, the next summer window could be decisive. Conclusion: a club that chooses carefully. Arsenal's transfer windows are no longer chaotic or desperate. They are calculated, patient, and aligned with a long-term vision. Some deals succeed, some collapse. Some never even reach the negotiation stage. But each one tells a story about a club that is rebuilding its identity, not only on the pitch, but also in the market. Under Arteta, Arsenal are no longer chasing every name in the headlines. They are choosing their targets carefully, building a squad piece by piece, and refusing to compromise their vision. And as every transfer window proves, the story is far from over.